तमाम साथियों को या अली मदद, and thank you for joining us today. Inshallah, we will continue on our journey of the soul. This will be our part 24 within the Jamaat Khana series. As we can see from the previous weeks, that one of the subject which is close to the hearts of the Jamaat, and that subject was about the Ruhanis. Questions keep pouring in, and rightly so, as we like to learn the journey from the day one, how we came about, and what will happen to us after we leave this physical world. So thank you so much for the questions. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to this session very attentively and carefully and asking questions. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya Maulai Mehraban, Ya Maulai Mehraban, Madad Farma, Madad Farma. Ya Maulai Mehraban, Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari Maula. Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari Maula. Ya Maulai Mehraban, Madad Farma, Madad Farma. Thank you again to all friends for joining, and very humble, Ajizana, Ya Ali Madad. Without the help of the Imam-e-Zaman, none of these sessions could be possible. First of all, we admit and acknowledge that this ilm is the ilm of the Imam-e-Zaman. No praises can be of anyone other than him. The ilm of the hereafter only can come from the Imam-e-Zaman. No one should attribute any of this ilm to any other person, as this ilm is belonged to Imam-e-Zaman and Imam-e-Zaman only. With that in mind, us Garib and Nachiz, we are custodian of this ilm, and this ilm is been trusted, and we must give this ilm to the Jamaat whenever they are ready or whenever they ask. Otherwise, Imam would not be happy. In one of his Farman, Imam talks about the ilm of the Quran and the Tawil of the Quran. Along with that, he says that those amongst you who work hard to achieve this ilm must forward this ilm to the Jamaat as a duty of those who receive this treasure of the ilm. Today's subject with 4 questions. I will go ahead and read all 4 questions and then we will start on our session, and you will see each one of those questions will be answered and then even more than that, inshallah, with Mawla's mercy, blessing, rahmat and help. Question 1, as we were talking about our Rohanis, the question came, where does our soul goes after here? Where does Rohani goes? In our tariqah, when someone dies, a good person or a bad person, a momin or not momin, mukhi amaldar or jamaat, small or buzrug, male or female. When someone dies, what do? We all get together and we pray for the salvation of the soul equally in the same manner. There is no difference between Garib and Amir, Buzrug or a child. कोई फर्क नहीं है कि वो आदमी पैसे वाला है, गरीब है, बुजुर्ग है, बच्चा है, मर्द है, औरत है, अमलदार है, मुखी है, जमात है, अच्छा है, बुरा है, कोई फर्क नहीं है. All are given the same prayers. If that is the case, then how do we understand where does the soul go? That is the question. Second, do they have to do ibadat after they die? Very good question. What are the other activities after they die besides ibadat? What else would they be doing? Is there anything which cannot be earned? Underline word, earned or obtained after here. And I would like to add one question from myself. How long this journey will take, the journey of the soul hereafter, how long would it take before we become one with Asal Mein Wasil, with the Imam? How long would that take? That question was not asked. I'm adding that from myself. Some of you may be very familiar with this clock. Very familiar with it. Let me introduce you to journey of the soul using the example of the clock. This is a great way and easy way visually. I hope you can see this clock on your phone, on your laptop, on your computer, on your devices. If you need a second to turn on your devices, make sure you are looking at this clock. Let me introduce you to what I'm trying to show you so you can have the best possible way, most easiest way to visualize what cannot be explained in the words. As the Ruhaniyat and the journey hereafter is not easy to explain, but with the example, inshallah, we will achieve this goal of explaining step by step how and where our soul goes, step by step, inshallah, to give you the complete understanding of the journey of the soul. We already talked about how our soul comes into this world. Today, we are taking the second part of the journey. How will it go back into his origin? On this clock, you can see 5 things. You can see 5 things. Number 1, a big arrow to the right. What you notice there, they contrary to our clock, which run from 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Journey of the soul is other way around. From 6 to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 12. That's the first thing you noticed. And I want you to notice those things. So one big arrow from 6 to 12. Second thing you notice, on top of the 12, it says oneness. On the bottom of number 6, it says dunya. To show you where we are today and where our journey will take us tomorrow. The fourth thing you will notice, there is a line between 12 and 6, a straight line. And the fifth thing you notice, there is a line between 9 and 3, meaning is dividing this clock into the 4 sections. And you will see as we learn why there are arrows and lines. We are today in our physical body. In this dunya, we are in this example at number 6. Number 6 is where we are in our physical body. Tomorrow, when we die, our actual journey of the soul may begin from number 6. Depending on where you are on this journey, depending on where you are. But in this example, in this number 1 chart, we are speaking of the common anybody and everybody. So first example, the chart number 1, we are talking about those who were not able to move a notch on the journey of the soul. अगर बाद में उर्दू में समझाने की जरूरत है तो पूछ लेना प्लीज. ये लेक्चर उर्दू में ऑलरेडी रिकॉर्डेड है, आप सुन भी सकते हैं. This lecture has been recorded in English not only for the audience that we have today, but for the audience, our children, and our future Jamaat, inshallah, who would be English speaking Jamaat as per Imam's wish. आप समझ गए हैं कि ये लेक्चर इंग्लिश में इसलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि ये लेक्चर आज के लिए, कल के लिए और आने वाले लोगों के लिए रिकॉर्ड किया जा रहा है. So फिर भी अगर आपको उर्दू में कुछ पूछना है तो आप आखिर में पूछ सकते हैं, इंशाल्लाह आपकी जबान में उसका जवाब दिया जाएगा. So this first chart shows the journey for those souls, humans, who were not able to move a single notch on the journey of the soul. And as you can see on the bottom of your screen, from 6 and between the 6 and 5, there are many notches, steps. Those humans or Jamaat who were not able to move a single notch in the spiritual journey for lack of intention, ilm, motivation, willingness. They were just too busy in this physical world, did not want to take the time to think about the soul, whatever reason. If they were not willing or did not wanted to move in the spiritual journey because we were too busy in this temporal, physical, material world, collecting the wealth, status, anything and everything for the jism, body, nothing for the soul. Then on this clock, on this journey, you will find yourself on the first notch after number 6. Number 6 is dunya, physical dunya. There is a one single notch right next to number 6. And there are, for an example, 10 notches between 6 and 5. 10 notches. You will be on notch number 1. I hope not. I hope if you are listening to this lecture, you will not be on notch number 1. I hope you are not. I pray that you are not. But if you choose to, with your free will, not to do anything for your soul, then you will be on notch number 1, very close to this dunya. That's how far you're going to go. Regardless of how many prayers, Ruhani dua, Ruhani majalis there are. Because you yourself told Mola, you told Mola that my physical world, my body, my temporary life is much more important to me. I wanted to focus on my temporary physical life wealth. I love my materialistic life. You told Mola, maybe with this tongue or by your action. Either with this tongue, by action. One time I was so surprised because normally you don't hear people using their tongue saying it, but their action tells you. Correct? We all agree on that. Sometimes we don't use our tongue, but our action tells us or others that we love our materialistic world. One time I met this lady, very much educated, very much educated. And when we started to talk about As you can imagine, I would talk about the life hereafter and the purpose of this life. She verbalized, which I was surprised. She said, right now or in the foreseeable future, I'm focused on my material physical life. I have no time, nor wish, nor intention, nor willingness to do anything other than that. That really surprised me. Because normally we do that, we just don't talk about it. Our action tells us we have no interest in spiritual life. Our action tells us that. But verbalizing it, I have never heard it before. She was honest to herself. She said, I don't have a time for that, Rouhaniyat. I don't have a time or interest in hereafter. I wanted to have as much wealth as possible. I wanted to achieve as much status, power, influence as possible. And I was shocked to hear that. I was shocked, speechless. I did not know what to say. So I said one thing and then I left. Is this temporary or is this permanent that you are trying to achieve? Whatever you are trying to achieve, is that a temporary or is it permanent? And I left with her with that question. So the journey of the soul hereafter is very much depends on your wish, will, your action. If you have taken time to do some spiritual exercise, and if you have elevated yourself to some degree, then inshallah you will not be closer to number 6 or notch number 1, but hopefully number 5, number 4, number 3. Hopefully. You see, there is a block between 6 and 3. And then there is another block between 3 and 12. Those are the two blocks where you will end up after you die. You will end up in one of this block. Block number 1 between 6 and 3. Block number 2 between 3 and 12. That is where you will end up. As you will see in the chart number 2, how many different level of journey there is. What we just talked about was the journey number 1, where someone do not wish or want or willing to do anything for their soul. They will not go too far from number 6. Now let's look at chart number 2. In this chart, you notice I have 2 arrows. One arrow goes from 6 to just under 3. And second arrow goes from 6 to just above number 3. What is the difference between first under 3 and second above 3? In this chart, I'm showing you three kinds of human or three kinds of Ismailis or three kinds of Mominin. I'm trying to show you journey of the soul hereafter for three kinds of people. One who said, I do not care for anything after this life. I do not want to waste, utilize, use my life for spiritual progress. They will be close to number 6, either at 6 and 1 notch, second notch, third notch, or at the 5, or between the 5 and 4, notch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or between 4 and 3. But someone paying little bit attention, just a little bit attention, and says, I want to do something for my soul. Not after I die and my family will do Ruhani dua. My family will do majlis for me. My family will do this for me and that for me. I myself want to do something for my soul. If they do just this much, their journey will move from that big arrow to that small arrow between 6 and just under number 3. This first arrow right there. This is the arrow that you will be traveling. Not a big circle, but straight arrow. And you will be going from 6 to either 5, top of the 5, 4, top of the 4, or just under 3. At the same time, if you have said to yourself, not only I will do something for my soul, but using my time and taking some ilm. Along with the ilm, I will do the ibadat and good deeds. Good deeds. I will be a good human. Then your journey will run on this second arrow, which goes above number 3, which will go above number 3. And you will be on top of number 3. Just like the bottom arrow shows that they will be on top of 5, top of 4, or under 3. Second arrow shows they will be moving from top of 5, top of 4 to the top of number 3. In a while, I will show you the benefit of being on top of number 3. I will show you that. Let me show you chart number 3. Those of us who had decided that they do not want it to be on that big arrow, and they do not want it to be one that will be under number 3, but they will be on top of number 3. Their journey of the soul hereafter will be much shorter. Much shorter. Remember question number 5, which I said I wanted to ask how long this journey is. Their journey will be very short, as they will go from number 6 directly to the top of number 3. From there, their journey will be very short from the top of 3 toward the asal mein wasil, oneness. As you can see, their arrow goes from 6 to 3 and 6 to 12. They completely avoided that big long journey. If someone chooses not to elevate oneself, their journey on that big arrow is 50,000 years. How many years? From 6 to 12, if you have chosen not to do anything for the elevation of your soul, I have a warning for you that your journey of the soul hereafter, you will not be asal mein wasal for 50,000 years. God forbid. I hope none of my listeners will be taking that journey. I hope if you are listening to this lecture, you will not take that long journey. It's a painful journey of 50,000 years. Do not waste your life. Do not take that journey. It's not a beautiful journey. Warning to my friends, the listeners. If you cannot do too much, at least take the shortcut between 6 and number 3. At least 6 and number 3. Do not be on this chart. We do not want it to be on this chart. No. We want it to be minimum on this chart or on this chart. If we are on this chart, I can tell you your journey will be short. Very short. Very short. But there is one other journey. One other journey. Let me show you that. What do you see on this chart compared to this chart? What do you see? There is one journey that Momin Salik, the true Momin, the follower of the Imam, takes. He said, I do not want to take the 50,000 year journey. I do not want to take the journey from 6 to 3 and then 3 to 12. And I definitely do not want it to end up under 3. So I'm going to take straight elevator, straight journey from 6 to 12. And is that possible? Absolutely 101% possible. We call them true Mominin. True Mominin says, I have not come to this world for any other reason than recognition of Imam, to be one with the Imam, to have the marifat of the Imam, and when I die, I will go straight back into the origin, into the oneness, and I will be one with the Imam the second I die. And he takes that one elevator straight up journey. And who are they? They are the true Farman Bardar. They make no excuses. They make no excuses. My child is sick, so I cannot do this. My mother is sick, so I cannot do this. I'm busy with my work, so I cannot do this. I'm busy with this, so I cannot do this. I have other priorities, so I cannot do this. They do not make any excuses. No excuses. And they follow the Farman with the conviction, not when it is convenient for them. They follow 100% of the Farman, not which is easy for them. They never miss ibadat. They never miss opportunity to go do good deeds. They never miss any of that because they have one single goal in mind. That is to go from 6 to 12. 6 to 12. That is the goal they have in their mind. Let me show you, as promised, why we do not want to be under the 3 and we want it to be on top of 3. You remember that arrow? We want it to be on top of number 3, not under the 3. Under the 3, between 6 and 3, there is no didar. There is no nur. There is no light. It is complete and utter darkness. God forbid any mu'min die without the recognition of Imam in ignorancy, without the didar of the Imam in the darkness, without the nur is utter darkness. Between 6, 5, 4, under the 3, there is no didar, because that was one of the questions. When we die, will we receive the didar of the Imam? And my answer was yes and no, because I don't know where you are. Which arrow, which journey did you pick for yourself? Did you pick the arrow number 1 under the 3, or did you pick that big arrow of 50,000 years? Can you imagine the darkness between 6 and 3? We do not want it to be there. That is the warning. But at the same time, there is a good tidings, busharat, to those listeners who would decide today, right now, that they do not want to end up on the long journey of 80,000, nor they want to end up in the darkness between 6 and 3. And believe me, trust me, you do not want to be there. You do not want to be there. That is the life of the ignorancy between 6 and 3. No didar, no nur, no light, nothing but darkness. But inshallah, we are mu'min, we are the follower, the spiritual children of the Imam. We are listening to his farman, we are following his farman, and inshallah, if not much, at least we will end up on the top of number 3, where there is a didar, there is a light, there is a nur, and the nur will guide us quickly from the top of number 3 to Asal mein wasal on top of number 12 with the oneness of the Imam. If we cannot be like Arifin, Salikin, Abidin, at least do yourself a favor. Do the favor to your soul and take this journey from 6 to top of number 3, because that journey will end you in the brightness, the light, the nur, the didar. That nur will take you quickly from there, from the top of 3 into the asal. Because there was one question, when and how we will become asal mein wasil, one with the Imam. The lesson taken here should be that it is depending on you, not your relatives, on you. What would you like for your soul? What would you like for your soul? And you want good thing for your soul. Do your soul a favor. If you cannot take this journey from 6 to 12, please, I urge you to take the second best journey. Be in the light, be in the didar, be in the nur. So may nur take you from there to asal mein wasal quickly. Do not end up in the darkness. Some of the questions that comes to mind, and let me answer them quickly. As you can see, where does our soul goes after here? Depending on your soul, depending on your action, depending on the journey you yourself has chosen. If you wish and if you want, you can stay close to the world at number 6 at the first notch. I do not wish that for anyone, but free will choice is yours. If that is what you wish, Imam will grant you your wish. If you love material world, then so be it. Second question, do they have to do ibadat after they die? Yes. Yes. Now the question is when and how. Let me take you back to this chart. If you are between the 6 and the bottom of the 3, that shows you did not complete your ibadat, and on top of that, you did not complete your ilmi, marfati journey. That was the reason that you were under these 3. The reason you are under the 3 because you did not finish 1, your ibadat. 2, the worst, you did not take the ilm seriously. Because if you had the ilm, you will never end up on the bottom of 3. You will do anything and everything to be top of number 3. You will be on top of the 3 in the light, in the didar, in the nur. So back to the question number 2. Do you have to do ibadat? Absolutely yes. Number 3 question, what other activities after they die? Ilm, ilm, ilm. Today you have a choice. You have a free will to listen or not to listen. I can guarantee you one thing: tomorrow you will have no choice. You will be listening to the ilm, and you would have to do ibadat. There will be no other activities. You will have no excuse. You will not be able to say that I'm busy at my work. My child is sick, my mother is sick. I have my life to live. You will not be saying any of that. You will be taking the ilm. You would have to learn, because it is the soul with the ilm which rises step by step by step. Look at this chart again. It is the soul with the ilm will go from 6 to 5 to 3 to 2 to 1 to 12. Soul with the ilm. What does ibadat do? Ibadat pushes the soul. When they take the ilm, ibadat gives the boost and pushes the soul upward. If you don't have a ilm, you don't have the platform, and ibadat cannot push you. There's nothing to push because you don't have the platform. इल्म वाली रूह दर्जा ब दर्जा ऊपर जाती है. It is the soul with the ilm which will rise step by step by step. Question number 4. Is there anything which cannot be earned or obtained after here? Yes. You know what you cannot have after here? Your good deeds only can be earned here. You will not be able to earn your good deeds hereafter. If you look at the Quran very carefully, if you read the Ginan very carefully, if you look at the Farman very carefully, all three talks about send your good deeds ahead of you. Send your good deeds ahead of you to hereafter, because there you will not have opportunity to earn credit points of good deeds. You will not be able to earn that. There is one more thing you will not be able to do. You know what that is? Shed tears in Giriyawazari. You will not be able to shed tears in Giriyawazari. Only thing, if you have not done Giriyawazari in this physical body, only thing you will have hereafter will be regret. Regret and more regrets. अगर आपने इस जिंदगी में आंसू नहीं बहाए, गिरियावजारी नहीं किए, वहां पर आंसू नहीं होंगे आपके पास, पशेमानी होगी, क्योंकि वहां पर आप गिरियावजारी नहीं कर सकेंगे. पशेमानी होगी, बहुत ज्यादा पशेमानी होगी. Do your good deeds and send forward. Do your Giryawzari and earn extra credit. Do that today, not tomorrow. Don't wait for tomorrow. Do it today, because we don't know if there is tomorrow or not. Who knows we will ever see tomorrow? What about there is no tomorrow? You know, there is a great saying that live your life as today is your last day on this earth. I always do light-hearted joke. If today was your last day on this earth, what would you be doing? Would you be going to Machi Market, to Walmart, to the mall, shopping? Or will you be doing ibadat, giryawazari, and good deeds? What will you be doing if today was your last day on this earth? Do that today. Do that today because we don't know where we are going tomorrow. How quickly the life ends, we do not know. How quickly this life can end. It can end next minute, we don't know. That's how quickly it ends. I would urge you to pay attention to your soul, to your hereafter, and please, please do not end up in darkness after you die, because that is a tough journey of the soul. Tough journey of the soul. Take the good journey, easy journey, and end up on the brightness, in the light, in the nur of the Imam. Let me stop here. Whatever you receive from this ilm, believe me, it belongs to Imam Zaman, and whatever mistakes were made in this lecture, it belongs to me, and I am guilty of that. And my apology to you. G.
Subhanallah, sir, Subhanallah. Inshallah, sir, we at least try to strive towards above the tree in the light. Subhanallah, sir. Friends, please share your question in the chat. Okay, so we have one question in the chat. Why is it painful journey? It is understood it's long, and I understand it's not very closer. Did you mean painful? Did you mean painful meaning the regret that we have for not following the conditions when we have time? The soul will not be in dense body hereafter, and will be in subtle body. And also Imam said it will be the day of Eid. So can you please explain when you say painful?
That is a loaded question. That is a loaded question. All right. So let me try and answer some of those questions. You are absolutely right. The painful journey because of the regret and the darkness. Darkness. Who like to live in darkness? No one likes to live in darkness. The life of the ignorancy, life of the darkness is very painful, as the regret that what I could have done in my 20, 40, 60, 80-year life, now it would take me 50,000 years. We're going to kick ourselves in the back for not listening to this and did not do anything for our soul. That is painful journey. Regret, the intellectual regret, is more painful than physical pain that you can imagine. Physical pain may go away tomorrow. Intellectual pain hereafter is the true pain, and you do not want to experience that pain. You do not want that. I cannot even remember the other questions. If you are saying that after we die, instantly we will have astral body, jism latif, subtle body, Well, depending on where you are. Depending on where you are. Are you taking journey from 6 to 12? Yes, you will have a subtle body. Are you taking the journey between 6 and the 5? No, you will not have a subtle body. I don't know what journey you are taking. So to answer that question would be impossible for this Garib and Nachis, as I don't know which journey you are taking. I believe your third question was something like that after we die, we are not in physical body. So pain is related to the body. And that is your misunderstanding. Pain are of the three kind: physical pain, spiritual pain, and intellectual pain. Physical pain will be no more as you have no physical body. But you still have the soul, and within your soul, the soul of your soul, your intellect will be attached. And that pain of the intellect, of the ignorancy, will be painful. I believe those were all the questions. Mafi, if I did not catch any other hidden question, as that was a loaded question, many question hidden within that question. G.
Okay, so the question, so friends asking, who is in the quadrant from 9 to 12?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, so friends asking, who is in between 9 to 12? Like other side of the clock.
There is a one thing which I cannot tell you between 12 and 9, or even between 9 and 6, because there are some secrets which must be kept and cannot be disclosed to all, to all. But if you are a true Momin, and if you like to take the journey of the and Amal, ilm and Amal, inshallah one day all the secret would be disclosed. You notice we talked about the right side of the journey between 6 and 12. We did not cover the left side of the journey between 12 and 6, because that journey must be kept secret from the common, from the all of the people. But on the ilmi journey, inshallah, one day it could be discussed and disclosed. But you have to take that journey on the ilmi path. It cannot be resolved with one single question. I wanted to assure you there is an answer to your question. But this question cannot be answered at this platform, at this level. G.
Okay, so another question, please advise what level of benefits can the individual get with all the good deeds done by the relatives and the Jamaat and the last charter, Gadba Shamin charter?
Very good question. Very good question. Let's say that a moment who is dying, and because you use the word chanta and dua, I'm assuming the question is for you or the Ismaili Jamaat. Let's say a moment dies and he is dying with 100 sin and 100 good deeds. I'm just taking example, okay? And when the last chanta is given, what is the chanta do for you? It will remove your sin. but does not increase anything in your good deed. As said earlier, good deed is in your hand, and you are the only one who can do goodness for yourself. So what happens? You have 100 and 100, 100 sins are removed, and you have 100 good deeds. Now imagine you are somebody close to number 6 and the first notch, who have no good deeds whatsoever. No good deeds. 100 sin. Chanta is given. Family prays for you. What do you have? What do you have? Zero. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. Because you had no good deeds. You did not do anything for yourself. I would highly recommend for you to listen, if not all 24, last three lectures. Last three lectures. Again and again, it was taught, told, and guided. Khudara, for God's sake, do not depend on the prayers of your family. Do something for your soul. Only thing they can do is help you wipe away, clean away your sin. यहाँ पर ना भाई ना बहन ना माँ ना बाप, they will not come and help you with your good deeds. You, with your own hand, with your own free will, with your own action, have to do your own good deeds. Only thing they can do is help you remove your sin, which, if you ask me, you can do it yourself. I would not wait for my family to pray for me. I would not wait. I wanted to do hathe isathe. I wanted to do what I can do with my own hand today, not tomorrow, today. Go to Jamaat Khana, ask for forgiveness, and you can do the same. You can do the same. Take the chanta today. Ask for forgiveness today. See, removing sin is the last of your worry. That is the last of your worry. Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Do you believe what I'm telling you? Then believe your Imam is most merciful. Even if no one asks for your forgiveness of your sin, Imam will forgive you. Imam is the most merciful Rahman and Rahim. It does not matter who's asking for your forgiveness of your sin. Trust your Imam. You see, I would not wait, nor I would care if my family, my Jamaat, my friends will pray for me. I really don't care. You know why I would say that? I believe in my Imam and believe in his Rahmat, mercy, his Rahman and Rahim. I find him to be the most merciful. I believe in that. And if you do, he will forgive your sin. You see that? But your good deeds, what's going to happen to that? You have to do that by your hand. You and you only can do that. You are the one who can elevate your soul and take it to wherever you want to. You can take it wherever you wish. You can be as close to number 6, as close to number 3, on the top of 3, And if you want, you can go all the way to number 12 in this world. You don't have to even die to be at number 12. G.
That's the question. I tried to ask this question in yesterday's session, but the session ended. If both souls, i.e., common souls and souls of Arif, reach number 12, what is the benefit that an Arif gets over common souls in selecting roles to come back to this earth, as both common souls and Arif get to choose their plan, soul plan coming back to this earth?
G. That is a very good question. The difference between, and let me come back to this chart. This chart. Even that person who took the first notch after number 6 and took this long journey of 50,000 years, he or she also end up in oneness. This one person took the journey between 6 and 3 and between 3 and 12, also end up in number 12. And then this Arif Momin took the journey from 6 to 12. He also end up in number 12. The difference is Arif earns complete freedom. Complete freedom. And therefore, instantly, he has the free will to choose to come back if he wish, as he wish, as he wish. Others who have taken the long journey of 50,000, it would take them 50,000 years before they earn the right to come back as per their wish. And those who have taken a little bit shorter journey between 6 and 3 and 3 and 12, they will quickly earn the right to have a free will to come back to this earth. Difference between those three souls are Arif will come back to this world as Arif, as Nurani family, as Hujjat, as Imam, as Prophet. Second, those who went from 3 to 12 will come back to this world if they wish and will, and quickly they will elevate themselves from 6 to 3 within this lifetime, and from there they will learn and increase their soul, and they will become Arif in this lifetime, and they will earn their position of the oneness quickly and soon. And then, if they ever wish, if they only wish ever to come back, they can come back as Arif, Nurani family, Imam, Prophets, Hujjatan. Only if they wish. That is the difference. The third one, the one went from 6 to the first notch. Even if they come back, they have a long journey ahead of them. But now, the hopelessness is not there. Even if they wish in one lifetime, they can go from 6 to 12. Because they did not earn anything last time. Only thing they did was took a journey. Fokatna fera faria. They wasted their lifetime and took the long journey of 50,000 years. They did not earn anything. So if they choose and wish to come back, they would have to earn that freedom. G. Very good question. Thank you.
All right, so from the same friend's asking, can you further elaborate that some souls will be in darkness between 6 and 3? without Nur of the Imam, although there will be higher ranking souls teaching those souls. If these teachers are higher ranking souls teaching common souls, do these teachers have the same Nur as Imam Nur? And can these teachers make recommendations to the Imam for their best student souls for quicker elevation of ranks?
Another loaded question. I'm so glad to see you are paying attention. So few questions. Let's take this world, number 6, right? Look at the darkness at number 6. Doesn't Imam come with his nur to this world? He does, right? That shows those who are with the light, with the nur, with the ilm, with the elevation can go anywhere and everywhere, and they come amongst us with the nur. They walk among us with the nur, and they teach. They try to give you the light that they have, so you may go from the darkness to the light within this lifetime. Within this lifetime. So they can come. Second, absolutely they can recommend you. Absolutely. Recommendation is one of the way for the salvation of the Mu'minin soul. But what I'm teaching and telling you, earn your own freedom. Earn your own freedom. If they recommend you, absolutely they can do that. And you will find the salvation, absolutely. You will have the didar, absolutely. What do you don't have? You don't have the freedom. I would like to quote Imam Aga Sultan Muhammad Shah Salawatullah Alayhi's Farman, may my soul be sacrificed to that Imam, says, those amongst you who are wise, they will seek freedom. They will seek freedom. So I would recommend to you, seek freedom. Seek freedom. G.
Okay, so the question, when someone who has done a lot of seva and passes away, sometimes Imam sends a talika that they are with him. Does it mean they are at 12th?
I wanted to give you an answer completely different than what you are asking. I'm going to ask you a question. Aren't you with the Imam right now? That is answer to your question. Are you not with the Imam right now? The answer to your question. I hope you understood. If not, ask.
All right, so we got another one.
Mafi, I think my line got cut off.
Yeah, I think it's back on now,
G.
sir. Okay, so another question. Please clarify good deeds as a revision.
G. Not good deed as you think is a good deed. Good deed according to Imam is a good deed. Not what you think is a good deed. I'm going to give you so funny. Like I said, sometime with the light-hearted, I would give ilm jokingly, just so we can understand. A man back home, was giving water and meat to wild stray dog. So I asked him, I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm doing a good deed by giving water and the meat to this dog. And I asked him, I said, why do you think that is your good deed? He said, well, feeding a hungry dog must be, in my mind, a good deed. I said, after you give him the water, after you give him the meat, remember he's a stray wild dog, he gonna go bite somebody. You think you did a good deed or you contributed to the to him to bite that human? In his eyes, that was a good deed. In my eyes, it was not a good deed. Good deed in the eyes of the Imam is the good deed. What does Imam tells you? How many farman of the Imam tells you to help your fellow human, your fellow brother and sister, your fellow Ismailis, your fellow Jamaat? And how many farman of Imam tells you to feed dogs? See, in your eyes good deeds is not same as the good deeds in Imam's eyes. If you wanted to do good deeds, truly follow Imam's farman. Pay attention to Imam's farman. Do what Imam is telling you to do. Do not waste your time in other things. Do what Imam is telling you to do. Follow his farman. Following Imam's farman is good deed. Following Imam farman is a good deed. I'm not saying not to be a good human. I'm not saying that. Be a good human. But as a smiley, you follow Imam's farman. And that is the highest good deed you can do. G.
So there is a question. Can a soul in this world be connected to another in the next world?
Absolutely. As we are from one single soul, we are always connected and will be connected with other soul, as we are all from one single soul. Is like dropping a drop in the ocean. Isn't that one single drop of water connected to the ocean and other drops? Absolutely. G.
Okay, so then the question, what happens to the soul of other humanity who are not with the Imam?
Very easy answer. Very, very easy answer. Let me show you if you somehow had forgotten this chart number 1. You see, after you leave this physical world, where do you go? What does this chart teaches you? Everyone must take this journey. Everyone must take this journey. Smiley or no smiley? When I started, I showed you this chart. Smiley or no smiley, everyone takes this journey of the soul hereafter, and eventually they are back into the oneness. See, your answer was questioned early on. G.
Right, so in the question, can you give some example or indication of what it would be like for someone whose soul in the hereafter is with a subtle body above three? What would it be like to be in the light of Imamat that is above three? Does such a soul see and do amazing things?
Absolutely. If you are with the Noor of Imam, you are in the paradise where anything and everything will be possible. There will be nothing impossible in paradise. Nothing will be impossible in paradise. Everything will be possible in paradise. Absolutely. G.
All right, so we don't have any question in the chat.
All right. I believe we should stop here if you wish.
All right, so we can definitely stop here, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. May
Thank
Mola
you,
be
sir.
with you. May
Ameen.
rahmat of the Imam be on you.
Ameen.
May Imam's Nurani
Ameen.
Didar be on you. May
Ameen.
Imam always guide you on Sirat al-Mustaqim. And
Ameen.
inshallah, we will be
Ameen.
with the light and the Didar of the Imam here and hereafter. Both.
Ameen.
Inshallah.
Amin.
Thank you, everyone.
Amen.
Yali Madad.
Thank
Amen.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ali Madad.
Thank you, sir.
Yali Madad.
This conference will now be recorded.